So this is Paragon FX water action model, unpainted, and I haven't even yet glued down these LEDs, Fox LEDs. I probably wouldn't paint it, I just keep it like this because they look nice as it is now. So let me quickly show you Paragon FX Deckard Blaster water action model from Blade Runner 2049. So I already opened this package actually, but this is how it comes in, which is a lot better than Elfin Knight. Elfin Knight Blaster comes in this plastic bag, which isn't that bad because originally these things were sold like $30, right? So yeah, for 30, I think this is pretty acceptable. However, when you are paying like $60, this is more appropriate, I guess. So this is the package backing board. An interesting thing is Japanese lettering is all over the package. So the packaging is much nicer with Paragon FX. Yeah, it says Blade Runner in Japanese katakana character. Water action model. Water action model, Blade Runner. And here it says 限定ライセンスレプリカ。世界限定3000個。オリジナルプロップ金型を限りなく再現。So I assume this is also sold in Japan, I believe. So many Japanese writing on the package. And although it says limited to 3,000 worldwide, there is no numbering on either the package or the blaster itself. So there is no way knowing, USA's number, whatever. This is the package of Elfin Knights. Just a plastic bag, but you have to keep in mind, this was originally sold like $30 in Japan. So for 30, yeah, this is acceptable. Not when you pay $100 though. Inside the package, well, this lighting is actually kind of deceiving, but the color of the blaster looks a lot darker than Elfin Knight. Oh, by the way, the orange muzzle tip comes off easily. Unfortunately, my Elfin Knight blaster has already been painted, so I can't show you if this is actually darker than this. But to my eyes, Paragon FX looks darker. If you are going to paint it, it doesn't matter. But, oops. If you are going to play with this, as is, the darker color would be nicer. By the way, I have two Elfin Knights water action blaster. This is unpainted. Blue handle scale. And this one has a amber grip scale, amber handle scale, and I painted. So they look identical, of course. The one thing you would notice right away is Paragon FX did get rid of all the lettering on the side of the blaster. I personally don't care, but I do remember some people complained about made in China on Elfin Knights blaster. I really don't care, but some people do. It's very minor, but the edge on Paragon FX is more, how do I say, well defined. Everything is kinda rounded on Elfin Knight. This one has much sharper edges. And another thing is these LED, well, these are just painted, but Elfin Knight is basically just one piece, or rather two pieces shell glued, welded together. Paragon FX, those green and red LEDs, you get these separate parts. So they do look nicer, but to me, as an action model, that's kind of disadvantage, because let me quickly show you. So basically you glue on these small parts onto this one, and if you want to play with the holster, when you draw, those small parts, especially those green LED, you may end up ripping them off. If you are just going to display, if you are thinking you're going to paint it and put into a shadow box for display, then that's fine. But if you are thinking to make a fan film, YouTube video, and if you are thinking to do some action shot, I think Elfin Knight is a better choice. But for a water gun, this one looks pretty nice. So let me quickly demonstrate. This is of course replica, but it's pretty faithful to the original movie prop. So in the movie, well, the original Blade Runner movie, 1982, the Harrison Ford is wearing a kind of regular dress belt, not a real gun belt. So I'm doing the same thing. This is from Banana Republic, not the gun belt. So as Harrison Ford did in the movie, this is cross draw. So the angle may look weird because a cross draw holster is usually angled like this on your belt, on your hip, so that you can draw naturally. The reason Deckard holster is raked backward is because this is originally a shoulder holster, and it has wide opening, and by the way, movie prop, it doesn't have this retention strap. So if you actually wear this holster and run, well, the blaster will probably just fall off. I need to adjust the camera angle. So this is how it lies. It's pretty high. Well, partly because I'm only 5'5", but still, you can see this is very unusual. But you know, it's a movie prop. So I did make a movie, I did make a YouTube video recreating Deckard's quick draw scene. I will put the link in description down below. Well, I don't know about you, but when I do this kind of filming, I forget it's a prop with small delicate parts on it. So I do this and small parts will be just get ripped off. I can never do this with my 3D printed blaster without destroying it. You know, this is my first 3D printed blaster. This is actually not a faithful movie prop replica. This is designed by Bill Doran. So if you look at closely, it's slightly different. But look at this, both rotates as you turn the handle. The boat moves and cylinder swings out and rotates. And this part opens. This is originally a box magazine portion of Steyr Mannlicher rifle, this portion. I am going to put LEDs in there, I just haven't finished it yet. So this is a nice blaster, it has some heft to it, but I just don't trust its strength. You know, this is not for the action. You know, this can be a hero prop for indie filmmaker, but not a stunt model. So overall, I am pretty happy with all of my water action blaster. And this one, I'm probably going to glue on these red and green LEDs and leave it unpainted so that I can play. And yeah, so I think if you are looking for faithful to the original movie prop, but you can't afford Tomenowski blasters or even Paragon FX high-end model, which costs 1,000. I can't do it, and some of you cannot do it probably. And even resin cast model 300 is kinda I can't do it. So if you are like me, you probably would be happy with either one of them. If you paint this, it would be just as nice as this one. Well, probably I am the only person who cares about this, but trigger pull on Paragon FX model is the best. It's so smooth. This one has the worst trigger pull. It's sticky and heavy. Let's quickly measure with a trigger pull gauge. £2.5 2.5 pounds. Elfin Knight with amber handle. £6.25 Elfin Knights blue handle. Huh, that's tad over £5. Let's try again. Yeah, £5.5. But this has the worst action. £5. £3. £2.5. Can you hear the difference? That's Elfin Knight. That's Paragon FX. Well, I have one more water blaster coming from Japan, so I am going to make a video again when I get it. Thanks for watching.